Hello, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Melissa McSherry, and I am 100% committed to giving you clarity on your goals, the courage to overcome your obstacles, and create with you a concrete plan of action. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to you about your inner voice. Now, the subject always touches me in a very personal way because every single one of us have an inner voice, some of them louder than others. And 9 times out of 10, it's a voice that talks us out of being who we can really be, whether that's due to fear or what somebody told us, to begin with, or just the fact that we have made it up in our minds that we can only achieve so much. And it's funny because this talk kind of came to my head as I was talking to my mentor the other night, and we were talking about stories about my childhood and how they have shaped me into the person I am today. We all have those stories that your mom or family member just never seems to stop bringing up. I mean, they mention it all the time, whether it's in front of a new significant other, in front of your friends, just, randomly at 2:00 on a Tuesday. And it always seems to be the antithesis of who they are of who you are in their mind. So for me, the story that my mother always brings up, it's actually not even a story. It has now been shortened down unto one line. Apparently, I was a very independent person growing up. Shocking, I know. And from a very young age, I wanted to prove to people that I could do anything and everything on my own, and I would get really frustrated when someone would try to help me without me asking them first. And the line that I used to say, I guess I started saying this around 3 years old, that has still stuck to this day, and I will be 36 in 2 weeks, is the line, "Ling-a-long-a-me, I do it." And pretty much every single member of my family has said that at one point or another throughout the day, and not even just with me around, but just that's now become a McSherry family quote of "Ling-a-long-a-me, I do it." And that voice was probably the loudest voice in my head until I hit my teens. And then all of a sudden it started getting quieter and quieter and quieter. Other voices started getting louder and louder and louder. Like, don't say something stupid. Don't look them in the eye. Don't raise your hand because people think, just don't. You might get it wrong. Just shut up and listen. Just smile and nod and shut up. To the point when I was in my late teens, early 20s, where it was literally gagged, bound, and put in a soundproof room. And it took me a long time to give that voice the permission to be as loud as that badass 3-year-old is. And that really came to me when I started realizing that I have full say of how I talk to myself. I have full say on what I choose to do with my life. And that's an amazing, amazing gift. Those voices in your head, the ones that tell you can't do this. The ones that tell you, well, that's going to be too hard. That's too different. You don't know what you're doing. Who are you to try to accomplish this? Every single one of us has that badass 3-year-old inside of us. Every single one of us. Even if you were the most precocious child in God's green earth, you still had that innate fearlessness, that innate inquisitivity. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. You had that you wanted to explore and you wanted to try, and then you wanted to try again, and then you wanted to try again, and you didn't want anybody's help. You wanted to do it on your own. That 3-year-old, 4-year-old or 5-year-old, that child, that voice is still inside you. No matter how far deep you've buried it, no matter how much shit you've gone through in the last X amount of years, It is still there, dying to scream again, dying to show you what you are capable of, because you are capable of everything you set out to do. You have to try. I've been working with some amazing women in my Face the Fear Mastermind, and this week we have quoted it the Mighty Mouse Mantra Week. And the reason for Mighty Mouse is because one of the amazing participants was always called Mousy as she was growing up. And we've decided that Mousy is dead and gone and Mighty is replacing it. So I posted a picture of Mighty Mouse this morning on our page and said, I want to hear those mantras. Because you need to shut that voice up. And the only way you're going to shut it up is to tell it to shut up. And the only way you're going to continue to keep it quiet is to change it, is to make more positive voices even louder in your head. For some of us, that's a daily mantra, the same one that we repeat over and over and over again. For others, like myself, it's situational. Whatever I know I need to do, I literally say it out loud. And the cool thing is, I have a 5-year-old that repeats everything. So now I have a soundboard. Now I have a parrot. Sometimes I don't appreciate that, but in times like this, I really do. Or if I turn to him and say, you know what, Max? I'm going to do this. It's going to be awesome, and I'm going to kill it. And you know what he does? He turns around to me and just says, you know what, Mama? You're going to do it. You're going to kill it. You're going to kick ass at it. He doesn't say kick ass, but you get the point. That's what we need to be. If you're a parent, you need to be an example to your children. If you don't have children, you need to be an example to the people around you, because a lot of us have people in our life who are drowning. And instead of showing them how badass they are by showing them the things that we've done before them, they're just sinking. So I encourage you, that voice that's inside of you, that one that is telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not capable, it's going to be too hard. Think of one sentence that you can say defiantly. I want your ling along a me mantra, and I want to hear it. I would love to know what mantra you thought of in that situation. So if you could please share it in the comment section below, I would really appreciate it, because you know what? I bet you my next born, if I ever have one, that mantra is going to touch somebody else, and it's going to touch somebody else, and it's going to cause this ripple effect to where you're not only, it's going to help you, but many other people. It's the joys of social media. You can touch so many people at once that you have no idea is even watching. So I encourage you to take that voice, get it out of that soundproof room, unchain it, unmuzzle it, and let it be free. Let your 3-year-old badass fly. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If this inspired you, please feel free to share, like, and tag a team member, family member, friend, anyone who you feel would benefit from this. Also, feel free to say hi below. I love seeing where these videos are going and who's watching them. And please share your 3-year-old badass Mighty Mouse mantra, because I want to hear it. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.